With my segment today of By the Numbers is I wanted to focus on something that we did this week. It was very numbers oriented. I'm a big proponent of knowing your numbers, and either financially or through your work. So we're talking about utilization in here. And so I've created a spreadsheet that each of my production teams must maintain so that they know their current utilization rate for their team for that quarter. This is going to drive our sales effort. This drives our account management, upselling, and this also drives the information of, are we ready to make a hiring decision? So here we have an example utilization sheet for a team where we list, how many clients do we have for the quarter, how many hours, and what's that revenue? That lets us know, what are we committed to? And that all sums up over here. What are we committed to? We also have, our likely to close list. Now, likely to close is projects that we're working on that we might have to consider. So this all brings up this information on the right, which is our current standing. We're committed to 1,044 hours. We have 1,600 available. Our utilization is 62% for this example. This is the revenue. This is the cost of the team. And this is our net that we're going to profit on this quarter for this team, because I want my managers thinking on a financial level of the impact to the business. This next box we have is what do the numbers look like if we get these new projects? So you can see the likely to close is a 100-hour project. So it goes to 1,144. We still have the same amount available. Our utilization goes from 62 to 68. And then how that impacts the financial numbers. Then we can get into, all right, what about if we need to hire somebody? Well, if we hire a $50,000 person, how does that impact our projected net? So we go from 24 to 21 if we take this project on and have to hire another person. So this kind of brings in math to the equation of saying, should we even take this project on? Now, long term, it still could be worthwhile. This client could turn into a much longer term project. So the total value of a client needs to be factored in here. But we want to make data driven decisions in business so we can grow. And I want my team focused on that. So I want them to know that if they hire someone, their net profit for their team's production is going to go down. And what about if we hire and don't get the project? What's the impact? Because I don't want to just fire someone immediately. We were talking earlier about we don't want that culture that's just going to cut people just because, we lost a client. So look at the impact that would be if we had to hire somebody and we didn't get the project versus where we started at. It's a $14,000 adjustment a quarter. That's pretty significant. So we'll have this posted in show notes. I'm all about spreadsheets, as John mentioned earlier, and I think knowing your utilization rate for your team, knowing what your numbers are, no matter it's financial or it's production or delivery, whatever it is, it's really important to have an understanding so you can make data-driven decisions, and then people buy in. They buy in when you show them the data.
So the main function that this helps a company with is what exactly?
Basically, forecasting, hiring decisions, and project planning, right? So you kind of have an idea in the future of what's already on the books. Mm-hmm. You then have an idea of...
This is your work pipeline. You have your sales pipeline. You sold that. This goes into the production team. This is the work pipeline. So they're working off, hours sold. So yeah, I think it's a no-brainer.